right oval fans. Now, when it comes down to this video, believe it or not, I'm actually surprised I'm doing this topic, but I was just wondering, do you think it's possible that Priscilla and Gayle might actually become close as the series progresses due to the fact that after witnessing, well, the first lady tasing her own daughter, I think it was towards the end of the episode, Priscilla was talking with Sam before she clocked out and went home for the day, and she said something that was actually pretty shocking, saying that she felt sorry for the children because of the way the parents have been well, specifically how um she's seen Victoria behave towards her own flesh and blood. And to be honest, I think it wouldn't be without saying that these two might actually start to get to know each other better. And because of the fact that based off how they're at, well, how Gayle is acting, it seems clear that based off the characters description of each other in the promotional trailers for the show, Hunter and Victoria have pretty much, after, what was it? She was at Harvard, he was at Virginia Tech as a football player. They got together, and, as time went on, he got into politics, became a governor, then, of course, the president. And during that time, the kids were born. So I believe it was Jason who explained or Daniel, who's playing Jason, explained in an interview that these children, all they've known is the spotlight in politics. And during that time, their parents really didn't raise them. It's all almost like, they were showing up for appearances, so to speak, but other than that, they were left to their own devices. And just based off the dialogue from the time in the governor's mansion, we know um, Jason had a tendency to just walk around naked, explore, obviously can't keep his hands to himself, leading to him being watched by security all the time. Gayle hanging around with the wrong crowd, getting drunk, probably sex, and of course, naked selfies as we've seen in the previous episode. And honestly takes a lot after her mom. And I think that during that time, she's always been the spoiled brat, just threatening to get people fired and things like that. So she's probably never had like a real friend or anyone on the staff of any political affiliation her parents had that actually, well, cared for the kids, because, well, they never really gave them a chance. They were just saying that, hey, our parents are the ones, or my father's the one in charge. If you don't do what we say, then you're fired. So I think Priscilla might be the first person to kind of penetrate Gayle's barriers that she's put around herself. And I think when it comes down to it, it might actually come after another physical, mental, or verbal assault from her mother, because I think in the first episode that was pretty well established that Gayle does fear her mom. What did she say? She would threaten to put her head through the wall, and then she didn't say anything after that, saying, oh, that's right, because I'll do it. So I think Priscilla might be the person to really get Gayle to kind of open up, express how she's feeling through her words rather than her actions. And I mean, what? Pillows being thrown in her direction, threatening to lose her job, all that kind of crap. I don't think it's out of the realm to say Priscilla and Gayle might start to get along at some point during the series. Honestly, it's only been 5 episodes, so it's a bit too early to tell, but given Tyler Perry's track record, sometimes of these hardened characters actually opening up. Remember that Candace and Hannah on the Haves and the Have-Nots, it's been 10 since episode 1. It wasn't until episode 140. Well, I forgot the episode count. I don't know where we're at in the show, but it wasn't until just recently where Candace and Hannah finally kind of, got to the point where they can actually have a civil conversation and hopefully, reunite as mother and daughter. So when it comes to Gayle and Victoria, I don't know. I mean, we had Candace talking about how Hannah was crazy and whatnot growing up with her, but I doubt that she tased her daughter and did physical harm to her. So that's all I got to say on that part. But let me know your thoughts on Gayle and Priscilla. Do you think Priscilla will be the first, well, adult figure that Gayle can really look up to? To be honest, I think one of the first signs of this was when she brought up Emmett Till and told Gayle to research it. And to be honest, I was surprised that she looked him up. It felt like one of those things where she would just brush it off, but then she looked it up. So it seems like, in the midst of her feistiness and whatnot, Priscilla did manage to, hit Gayle with some truth that might be explored more in the future. So with that being said, Oval comes on 9 p.m. Wednesday nights on BET. No, I'm not being sponsored by these people. I do this for fun. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a thumbs up on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And also comment your thoughts on these two getting along as the series progresses. And with that being said, stay tuned for my next video, and I will talk to you all later.